Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo,
What
yo.
it do? Welcome everybody to another goddamn episode of the Kulcha Podcast. If you can see me, if you can hear me, specifically if you can see me, I got a guest with me, a super special guest.
Yeah,
Super special because
Yeah.
I really love your name. Of all the artists I've ever met, your name is up there. Even of artists I've never met.
Yeah.
My favorite artist's name is actually my favorite artist.
Yeah.
It's Black Thought.
Black
My second
Thought,
favorite artist, his name is also dope. Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe Fiasco. Yeah.
You're right up there. And
I'm on that tip.
we have a culture
That's
here
crazy.
on the Kulcha Podcast.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna tell them your name.
Yeah.
You're gonna introduce yourself and introduce yourself the way you want them to remember you.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
I go by 5 letters. D, F, W, N, E. I don't know if I should say it out loud.
Maybe you
Don't
should.
fuck with negative energy. That's the
Do
name. Yeah.
Don't.
Hope you guys are good. Don't fuck
fuck
with negative energy.
with negative energy, dog.
Yeah, what
it's
it do?
It's so great to have you here on the Kulcha Podcast. It's been a long time coming, and I anticipate throughout the course of this conversation, there will be no negative energy.
No negative energy at all. We don't want none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
So, before we get into your journey as an artist, even as an individual
Yeah.
on this plane that we call Earth, whether it's flat or it's round, we got to start with an icebreaker. That's our tradition here. And because of how much I like your name, you strike me as a dude who thinks a lot about things, and you probably received a lot of good advice that has guided you on your path in life. So the ice-breaking question I have for you is, what is the most memorable piece of advice you have ever received?
The most memorable one. I think when my mom once said, "Don't do it for anybody, do it for you."
That's good advice.
You get it?
Yeah.
So once you do it for you, you're actually doing it for everybody you love
And
and everybody else around you.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you can actually express the fruits of it to them and actually
That's
get
true.
to experience it with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Because you're being true to yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
So I think that's the most beautiful piece I've ever heard or advice I've ever gotten from somebody.
and I think it's made even more beautiful to hear it from your mom, right?
Yeah.
Because, man, that is like good advice.
Yeah.
And, I think being an artist and getting such advice from home
Straight
is
up.
the type of shit that
Straight up.
sets you on course,
Straight up.
right?
Straight up.
So let's start with, because, now we got to unpack DFWNE.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'll call you DF for short.
Yeah, sure.
Which is don't fuck.
That's hilarious. Don't.
Right? I want to know from you, dog. Like, how did you get such a cool name?
Let me just say it came from what I think I experienced and still experiencing, which is more like I tend to give a lot of attention to negative energy. I do. So it's more like a motto. So my name is more like a motto to me.
So you don't forget.
Every time I remind myself who I am, it's more like shit. I don't fuck with this shit. Let me snap back to myself.
Yo, that's
You get it?
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it always gets to that.
So you found strength in your weakness.
Exactly. So it's more like a motto.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with negative energy. You keep
Yeah.
reminding me that I don't fuck with negative
Yeah.
energy. So
Yeah.
once you call me by my name, it's more like you're also telling me that I know you. You're that nigga that doesn't fuck with negative energy.
So let me not bring it around.
Exactly.
They already know.
Exactly.
It's like a stop sign. You know what I'm saying? Like stop from
Exactly,
far. They
just
can
like
be like,
that.
oh no, that guy. We shouldn't go there.
Yeah.
And I like that because it actually makes a person aware of the fact that they're bringing negative energy.
Exactly.
You're like, oh,
So they kind of keep it in their head. They go to, nah, his name is don't fuck with negative energy. So you also got to channel yourself when you come closer. The kind of energy you bring, the kind of things you want to say as well. You got to watch out.
yeah.
Because you got to know me to a certain level to be able to say certain things to me. or you can't be knowing me to a certain level to actually say you can't say certain things to me.
Yeah, yeah. I understand that, man. So your name is a boundary also.
My
You're
name is a
setting
bound-
boundaries
yeah.
for people.
It's more like I already think I'm trying to put the persona in the name.
So does that come from like people giving you a lot of negative energy?
Not really.
Or it's just you overthinking
Not
it?
not really. Because when it comes to my craft, I'd say right now everything is being received positively, right? But the little there's let me just give you an example. Let's say there's constructive criticism, right? As constructive as it is, I might find that negative little line in it more important than the good stuff
Yes, no,
being said.
that's not good.
Get it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm around that.
Damn.
So I'm that kind of person.
So you really have to be a filter
Exactly.
because you pick up things, and sometimes it's like. Do you admit though that you do read too much into things sometimes?
Yes, I do. Cause I can have like a dope performance with the band, a dope performance. Everybody comes and says, "Hey, you had a great performance," but then only because one person told me that the mic wasn't really clear enough, I'm focused on that one person.
Or everybody clapped except one person.
Except
in
one
the audience.
person.
Really?
So I'm gonna be like, what do you need?
Yeah. How do I
what's
convince
left?
you?
What's lacking? What do I need to get you to be like the rest?
So the name also is a source of motivation.
Exactly. It's more like I really try so hard not to care what people think.
Yeah.
But it really plays a huge role as an upcoming musician.
Yeah.
In terms of what do people think.
Yeah,
You try and navigate and see.
it's a hard thing to escape. It's a hard thing to
As much as we want to say we shouldn't care about people, and we're making this music for ourselves, this art for ourselves.
It's like
who's gonna listen? It's the people.
Yeah,
And
actually.
and when they listen for the first time, they're probably gonna judge it for the first time. Every song you hear for the first time, you have something to say about it.
And you need to make sure that the experience that they have is the experience that best represents
Exactly.
you. Hey,
so my catch is that everybody has like a second chance in something. So if they listen to my music now and say, he's capable, he has potential, I'll try to find that potential for that particular person. So the next song is for that particular person to witness that potential.
Yo, that sounds a little torturous.
Exactly.
On your creative process.
I feel like I torture myself a lot.
Okay, I have. You've just given me a question that I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to ask it later.
Yeah.
Because I like it, and I think it's a common struggle that artists have.
Yeah.
I want us I want you to take me through your journey. You know, as an artist, you've told us how you got your name. When did you get your name? And how long you been doing this?
Okay,
and what do you do?
I make music. I'm an artist, but I prefer myself as a creative because sometimes I do designs, clothing designs. I design a sketch, literally.
That's fine.
Yeah. I do that, and then I also do photography. Yeah, and I also direct, podcast, music videos. I direct all of that.
Okay,
and I write my own script in terms
you're
of
an
filming.
artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist. So.
I love it.
Yeah, well, and I like clothing as well. So there's certain aesthetics that I like going after. So I'm a stylist as well. So yeah, I rotate around that.
Hey,
but my main thing is music.
That's dope. Okay.
My main thing is music.
Okay.
Let me just say, I started writing music for, I think it's 12 years now. I've been writing music for 12 years now.
Okay.
And then I haven't been recording music for 8 years.
So you've been writing music for longer than you've been recording music.
Longer than I've been recording.
So you just started recording recently.
I've been selling my writings. I think I started recording around 2020.
Really?
If not 2019.
So what? Like you came in the game as a what? Ghostwriter?
As a ghostwriter.
Composer.
As a ghostwriter. So what hurt me the most is that what I wrote, people couldn't deliver it the way it's in my head and the way I feel it. So it was more like shit. So I always have to be with you in the studio trying to show you what I was trying to do here when I wrote, what I was trying to do here when I wrote. It has always been difficult. So I was like, okay, shit, let me do this. I'm gonna make my own music. I'll continue writing. So for me, I never wanted to record my own music. It was more like I wanna arrange, I wanna produce, I I wanted to stick to that, to the background of it.
But what's the reason for that though?
The reason why
Were you shy?
I'm a drummer.
Okay.
I loved drums at the time. I was very interested in drumming a lot. Used to go to YouTube, check out some new stuff. There was always drums. So production would have also helped me with drum covers and stuff like that. Yeah, well. So it was that thing, Yoguti. Okay, no. Let me just try to make songs myself. Find that sound. Maybe the people that I'm trying to write to will approach me trying to get that sound. Now I fell in love with the first songs that I made. I dropped them on SoundCloud. The reception was crazy.
From strangers, friends? Both.
Exactly. Yeah, bro. I dropped them on SoundCloud, and then I came to a show. It was in Pretorius. Wow, Mino was still by the corner there, down Nelson Mandela Drive. Yeah, performed a few of those SoundCloud songs.
People liked them.
People liked them. Even though I didn't even like the production at the time.
Did you doubt people were gonna like your music?
I doubted because the production was whack. I can still say the production is whack even today. Just that valet, they could hear the person. They could hear what's this guy trying to do.
Yeah.
They found the picture. They got the picture. The picture was louder than how everything sounded. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me try to find somebody who can help me get to what's really in my head a little. That's when we made records like 1700 BC.
Oh, that's my jam.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
Yeah, so we made Church Up the Hill first.
Okay. I also fuck with Church Up
Church Up the Hill first. And then we made 1700 BC.
But that's like, it's...
And then I didn't drop any of them until a couple of months after making them. I dropped them on SoundCloud. And then I think they were stuck on SoundCloud for around 2020, 2021. And then 2022, that's when I decided to say, okay, let me drop Church Up the Hill. And then
that's when you were stepping out.
Yeah, and then I said, let me drop this on all digital platforms. Church Up the Hill dropped. And then a few months, I'm like, hey, Church Up the Hill, I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm like a swingy person.
More than
you get?
that. Yeah,
I'm more than that. I want to sing in this music. I want to do this and that in this music. I want to laugh in this music. I want to cry in this music. I want to, go high, low. I want to be mid. You get? So 1700 BC came about. That's when I took the chance. The song is actually produced by Youngster, who's part of that Red Bat album they did with our Low to Nova Pounds last year, the Red Bat album.
Okay.
He's part of the production there.
What's the name of the producer you said?
Produced by Youngster, that's the name.
Youngster.
Produced by Youngster.
Yeah, shout out to Produced by Youngster. You got one, baby.
Shout out. So yeah, 1700, he did all those chops, all those drum kits, everything. And then my vocals were mastered by a guy called Malux. He's a DJ back in Limpopo.
Shout out Malux, holding it down.
That's proper. So yeah, the final song came out. I dropped it. The reception.
Okay. You know, I'm trying to put a timeline on this, right? Because I'm remembering the first time I met you, which was when we were still doing the Kulcha Market at Botaki. And
that's actually not the first time I met you.
I remember you told me, actually. I remember you told me that wasn't the first time. But we're talking about you.
Let's talk about me.
For now.
It's okay.
So you were coming out of your shell at that time, you were saying, because I remember, because what you're saying ties in with the narrative I was receiving at that time from Bonfire Rebels. Because they had a set at our event, and they're like, we want to put on this guy. His name is Don't Fuck With Negative Energy. I was like, okay, shit. I don't even have to listen to the music. Put that nigga on. That's a motherfucking name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember being blown away, dog. I'm like, you mean to tell me this guy hasn't been performing?
Yeah.
You know, and I remember 1700 you performing. I remember Church Up the Hill. So when you're telling me that, bro, it was received as a slapper. You ain't gotta tell me, bro. I was there.
You were right there. You were right there. Exactly.
But it's crazy to me to think that that time, because it feels like now.
It feels like now.
And you that you were just coming out of your shell that time.
Okay, let me try to elaborate on the 12 years.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've been studying the game. So that's why most of the time people ask me, how so fast? most of the people I was in, let me just say, I schooled with, did all my school stuff with.
Is this
They didn't
music
know,
school or
They didn't know. Like high school,
high
we can
school?
talk high school and music. I'm actually doing production now, which I haven't been doing school for a long time. And then now I just decided, let me go do some production. Yeah, but then the people that I was actually in school with didn't know I want to make music or even write music. You get? So I was writing for people outside of my environment.
Yeah,
I was connecting with people differently. So
yeah.
I've been studying how people move.
Yeah.
I've been studying that the only way
People in the game or just
I've been
people
studying that
generally?
the only way to actually get this music being heard is not sitting in the studio and recording. A lot of niggas sit in studio, they record. It stays right there. And then you go to an open mic show at the same place every time. Yeah, boy. Hella, don't forget that there's residentials in places where people drink and entertain.
For
so
sure.
sometimes you might find yourself performing for the same people every time.
Yeah.
So go there, go again. Find another place just like that one. Go there, keep on going to the same place also. Go to them both.
Yeah,
Build the name.
Yeah.
Take that crowd, bring it there. Energy changes. You get? So you build a place to build yourself.
I like how you're talking, bro, because
Yeah.
I mean, in my experience, and I'm not casting shade on any artist. I love all the artists, but I'm telling you something, bro. A lot of artists lack that. They don't realize. I mean, we're in Pretoria, right?
Yeah.
They don't realize the opportunity that exists just from the consistency of popping up, maybe at a Culture Sundays
Exactly.
and at a Black Laguna, like. Those are things that happen twice in 1 week.
They don't understand.
You know, and like nobody owes you anything. You go there with the opportunity to win fans. You know, and like what people do is that they actually look at such opportunities with entitlement.
Exactly.
Like, oh, those guys are not doing enough for us. Well, what do you want niggas to do?
There's a platform already.
Must we bring the audience to you and say, hey,
there's a
this is an
platform
artist.
already.
Support
There's
him. Become his fan.
There's
Give
a
them your
platform
number.
already. There's a platform already.
You know?
You guys building a platform
And
is
then-
already something you've done for the people.
But I want to highlight your mentality because I think that matters a lot more than people
Yeah.
realize. Is that okay? Fine. There's an opportunity to do what? For people to recognize my name. Like you are a great example because one, you're actually quite talented, but two, you understand the importance of like networking because networking leads to collabs
Exactly.
and collabs expands your network and that's how you ultimately generate a fan base. That's why I'm sure you're an artist who's in a position where you can have your own show and people will pay money.
Exactly. I've
You know
done
what I'm
that. I've done that before, and it has
how did
happened.
that go? Were you satisfied with the
I'm
results? do you think?
satisfied. I'm satisfied actually. I'm satisfied. I'm quite happy, and I actually do have a show that I actually run called Sounds and Cotton. You probably heard about
I've
it.
heard of it. Yeah.
So another thing with me, it's also the content. I try so hard to stick on content, even though right now I can say I haven't dropped any visuals, which is what I'm focusing on this year. So this year is gonna be more visuals, more of the background content.
But DF, there's a lot to talk about with you. I want to know something else. What are your musical influences? Like, because your sound is dope, dog. Yes, you don't rap, but you do rap. You can.
Exactly,
right?
I can rap.
And you rap nice.
Exactly.
You know, and even Stan was here complimenting, like, nigga, who the fuck makes your beats like, to that ear? Like, what influence, what sounds, what artists, you know, where do you draw from?
Okay, number one, I'm a drummer.
Okay.
So already there's that.
What inspired you to be a drummer?
Be a drummer. I have a friend that I grew up with. So he started playing drums while I was watching him, right? And he learned at home using anything you could find. You could just pack them up and then you could play. So the nearby church bought drums, the church that we used to go to.
Wow.
And then he started being the one playing them first.
Okay.
And then he learned from the older guys that were there. Yeah, bro? And then I just kept on watching. Now we're talking about a friend that I chill with every day.
Okay.
So now the music was actually stealing him from me. You understand? Yeah, like I'm used to seeing this brother every day. He comes to my crib, I go to his crib. We chill together, we drive bicycles together. We everywhere playing together. Yeah, bro? So I used to copy him to rehearsal. Take that brute to rehearsal. I'm just sitting there watching. And then it's like, okay, now I want to learn this instrument because I feel left out. I feel like it would be nice for me to know this instrument so me and this guy can work on it together. You know? And then
strengthening the friendship.
And then, Vele, I just understood Uguti. This thing is actually just a matter of try to be more advanced. Try to look for what makes it more better. So where we at, we're only used to gospel music. And my ear was already hooked into my dad's music, which is a lot of country, a lot of uptown blues. Yeah, well,
Can you
downtown
give
blues.
us some artist examples?
Dobby Gray,
Dobby Gray,
Don Williams.
Dolly Parton. Not so much.
Don Williams, Jim Reeves.
Okay, I know Jim Reeves.
Yeah,
I
we're
know
talking
Jim
about people
Reeves.
like that.
On the vinyl.
Yeah, so I've been inspired by those.
Okay.
Since child, imagine listening to those as a child. I sang those word for word as a kid.
Oh shit.
Yeah, well,
And that probably influenced your vocals.
yeah,
right?
because my dad was also a vocalist, and he had that deep tone that I usually like
Okay.
expressing a
Yeah,
little.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was that. It was that thing you good to know, man. Let me learn how to play this instrument, because I feel like maybe I might have more to add to it. And then I moved from the place where I had this friend of mine. We moved to a different place with my mom, because I was in boarding school at the time. So I just come back for like weekends and holidays. So we're there. So now we moved to a different place where it was much more closer to
What area in South Africa is this?
Limpopo.
Okay.
In Dzumeri.
Where?
Dzumeri. Dzumeri.
Dzumeri.
I have a song on my EP called Dzumeri.
Okay, now
Yeah,
I need to check the spelling.
Yeah, it's the
I'll
second
double
song.
check on the
so
EP.
from there I moved, right? So when I moved, I met this other brood with a beard. So already as a drummer, you have influences on the internet that you go, hey, I want to play like this guy. So I'm a huge fan of George Spanky McCarty.
I don't know.
If you go look up George Spanky McCarty right now and look at my persona, you'd kind of think,
What band does he play in?
he plays for Lady Gaga.
Okay.
He plays for Lauryn Hill sometimes.
Okay, so he's a session artist.
Yeah, he's a session artist, also a studio
But he also
session
does
artist.
his own shit.
Exactly.
As a drummer.
Yeah, well,
in the
yeah,
jazz realm.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
the jazz realm.
He plays all genres.
Okay,
And then he
okay,
also plays for Ty Tribbett sometimes, which is a gospel artist.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So,
Fine.
George Spanky McCarty, influenced by that. So I meet this brood. He's influenced by the same person, somehow, some way.
That's crazy.
And then he's older than
And
me.
you thought you were the only person who knew
Exactly.
this
He's older than
artist.
me, and
Yeah.
he's worse than me. He dresses exactly like George Spanky McCarty.
So it's really influenced.
So I'm like, damn. And then worst part,
Yo,
he's actually one of the best drummers in the hood that I moved to.
That's
which is now
crazy.
Tanin.
Okay.
Yeah, well, section Tanin. So I'm there now. I meet this brood. I met this brood actually from a friend who was a drummer too. Ne? That I met there, but then I didn't really see him play a lot. Then I saw this guy first, the guy with the beard. And then I'm like, shit, I'd really like to learn how this guy plays this thing. He didn't even hesitate. I just went to him. I was like, bro, teach me how to play. That's why I say, teach me how to play.
Yeah.
As if I don't know how to play.
As if you don't know.
Yeah, you see. So I was more like, okay, sure.
Yeah, that means you're really looking up to him. You're like, show
we
me.
started from scratch. Like I took with all those little things that I already knew, some of them, I still allowed him to teach me again and again and again.
And there
Now-
was in every level he was teaching, although you
Yeah.
knew you were learning
Now-
something extra.
Exactly. Now
each
I'm a
time.
drummer that can break down any chop, anytime. A drummer can play right now. I can tell you what he's playing, how is he playing it, how is he applying it, what kind of rudiments is he adding into it.
And I'm sure it's also
by
influenced
just-
your production.
Exactly. Only by just listening and looking. I can tell you what he's playing.
Yo,
but then
that's
I might
crazy.
not be able to play it right now when I jump on the drums. But if I go home, sit a little, and just move my arms a little, rudiments, left, right, double tap, I'm good.
You're good.
So I applied the same thing into the music as well that I'm making now as a vocalist and as a singer-songwriter.
Uh-huh. Yeah, man. You know,
Yeah.
you know what's interesting, bro? I've actually heard that a lot about artists who have like that background in drumming specifically or playing an instrument and how they're able to take that instrument's influence and affect even like hip hop. They just sound different from everyone else
Yeah,
because they have
yeah.
this background of knowing an instrument.
So it always been that thing you would see. Already the drumming took me to different scenes because already I listen to different genres. So I'm a hip hop drummer. I play gospel as well. So I've been playing in clubs, playing everywhere. I've already known
Okay.
how to navigate around. I know an artist has managers. I know an artist has booking agents. I
Yeah.
know artists have background teams that they work with. I know you gotta build.
Yeah.
way more than just making a song.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let me ask you something on that subject, right? An artist got to build. Where are you going? How far are you trying to take it? What is success to DFWNE as an artist? And I'm asking in the context that like, bro, it's a free platform. If you want the money, say it. You don't have to give some fucking bullshit deep reason. I just love music. No, I'm asking like honestly, like what does success for you as an artist look like?
Success for me is more like doing what you love every day. Every day. What you love should be the same reason you also eat. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What you love should be the same reason you also get to eat at the same time.
Yeah.
Also the same reason you put something on the table. Exactly. So for me,
But
it's also
the
a source. It's also a source of communication. I don't like having serious conversations. My friends know. I don't sit. I like laughing, bro. We can sit the whole day, diss each other, and just depart.
Yeah. And that was a good day.
And that was a good day. Serious conversations is more like, if we talk about serious conversations, let's talk about books we've read.
Yeah.
Well, it's still not a serious conversation to me because we're talking books we've read, and it's more like I have to be open to your mindset to it. You gotta be open to mine. So we're not really gonna have a conclusion to it.
Yeah.
So I like having conversations that have that thing. How do I get this money? Tell me exactly how to get to it. I prefer those kind of conversations if we say we're having a serious conversation. But then it's more like I'm so hooked into wanting to know exactly what to do to get to something with no loophole.
Yeah.
When I feel like something won't work, immediately my energy is like, I'm not ready, but I might leave you to do it alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if my energy says I'm 100% sure about this and it'll work, most of the time I know it'll work. And it works. Because I've had the time to like assess this and be like sure enough to say this is definitely gonna work.
So
I've seen it happen. I've worked under somebody's wing to make it happen. Somebody has taken me somewhere to show me how it's happening.
So you trust processes.
Exactly.
You're a process person.
I'm a process person.
And you respect the process of going from 0 to 100.
Exactly.
And you don't want to skip any steps.
Exactly. Hence the process this year, like I said to you before we got on camera.
Yeah. That this year you're working behind the scenes, no new music. You're operating,
but I'm
building
definitely
the
gonna
brand.
be in studio. Definitely gonna be doing features. If songs drop, features.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's gonna be, if songs drop, it's features, but I'm working on the album.
Okay.
And I'm not just trying to deliver a normal debut album. I'm trying to give you guys something that's very solid, something that people can relate to, something that I also relate to. And I'm actually doing it mostly for myself.
Yeah.
If I feel an emotional connection to a certain song, I feel like it will be easier for me to also give to the people.
Yeah, which is now tying back to the question I wanted to ask you later in the conversation. Back then, is like, in that creative process, knowing that you got people who fuck with you, right? You've got fans, and you know why they like you. Maybe Uno likes it when you're rapping, right? And you can do more than rap.
Exactly.
But we like you for rapping. What then happens now? How do you deal with that when you're in the studio and you're like, damn, there's something I want to do, but I know there's something my fans or supporters want or expect from me. How do you balance that?
There's a thing called sing rap, right? I can give you variations of artists that are kind of like doing it. We can talk about Marcus Harvey.
Yeah.
And then there's this new cat in Bram called the Quellas.
Yeah. I've heard of them, yeah.
There's a boy called Blue Papi in there.
And I actually met him, yeah.
Blue Papi.
Yeah.
There's a kid called Blue
Shout out
Papi.
Blue Papi.
Shout out to Blue Papi. There's a kid called Blue Papi.
Oh, no.
They already asked for a photo.
I saw him perform that song live, bro. The crowd went crazy. Bro, they picked that guy up off the stage. They carried him around the venue.
That's the boy.
I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this
So
nigga?
Blue Papi is one of the people that does it. But then
yeah.
they do it in a certain genre. They might be doing it in a more trappy way.
Yeah.
Trap orientated, more trap soulish. Trap, also with more Java kind of sound. Yeah, and then talking about Marcus Harvey, we're talking about R&B stuff. He does it in R&B instrumentals a
yeah,
lot,
yeah, yeah.
lo-fi instrumentals,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I try to infuse both sides
Okay.
also, just like them. But then I try to also infuse the idea Guti. There's flow switches. There's words. The words also gotta be heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
they gotta go hard, like
Yeah,
bars.
yeah,
That's where
yeah.
the rap also comes in.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
yeah,
if I'm singing,
Yeah, yeah,
that line that I'm singing
Yeah, yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
something that I didn't believe you could actually sing about it. I
yeah.
thought you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
rap about
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but
It hits like a
yeah, like a
punchline that
bar.
was rap.
Yeah, so I'm trying to make it sound like a bar,
That's
but I'm
dope.
singing it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get?
yeah.
So it's more like that's where the rap comes in. But then at the same time, there's lines where I'm not singing. So that's where also the rap kind of has that kind of influence in
Yeah.
it.
So what if I understand maybe your answer to the question is like you've kind of found that sweet spot that doing what you want naturally caters to
That's why
your audience, so you don't have to think about them too much.
sometimes I can take a whole 10 seconds in a song just laughing, because it builds up my energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, and I put it in the song, leave it right there, record it,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
master that thing. And at the time when you listen to the song, it's a sad song.
Yeah.
But this brother is laughing when the song starts, but this is sad. The message is actually sad, but this brother is laughing in the song.
Yeah.
You won't get it, but it's more of, I'm trying to zone out from, let's not dwell in it while we're working on it.
Yeah.
We'll dwell on it while we're listening to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when I laugh, it's that thing I'm channeling myself to be a vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro?
Yeah.
Put the emotion back, but then try to find it again,
Yeah, yeah,
even
yeah.
though you've lost it before.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. Hey, that's very well put, man. I like that. So, I want to ask you, like, in your journey as an artist. Actually, no, not that. Let me ask you a hot question leading up to another hot question. You know, gotta stay, keep it hot. I know you said you don't like to talk about serious things.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be a little bit serious.
Let's get to it.
Building up to my question. Firstly, is there an artist who's maybe in the mainstream or popular South African artist that you'd love to collaborate with?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You said mainstream, right?
I mean, just someone that maybe everybody would know.
Not everybody would know this guy.
Let's try.
Not everybody would know this guy.
If he doesn't work, we'll have to go for another one.
His name is Kola
Uh-huh.
Avu Msingapant.
Never. Have you heard of him?
Kola
I'm
Avumile
sure we can conduct a
Msingapant.
survey. What does he do?
He's a producer.
Okay.
Crazy ass producer.
Is that his artist name as well?
His artist name is Avu. Dot. Full stop.
Okay.
Avu full stop.
Okay. He's like a mainstream producer.
SoundCloud artist.
Okay.
SoundCloud artist.
Okay.
That's my problem. Avu drop that music out there. Yeah.
What about maybe someone more well known?
Okay,
maybe?
someone more well known, I'd say. Let's talk about Leah Butler.
Who?
Leah Butler.
Leah Butler.
Yeah, Leah Butler.
Is that a South African artist?
South African artist.
Really?
You've never heard about Leah Butler?
Never.
Damn.
Does he
That's
sing?
crazy. She sings, yeah.
She sings.
She sings, yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's not you, it's me. It's me
sings.
who's not tapped in.
Yeah. But then you gotta check her out. Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you a current affairs question in the music business. What do you think about Maphorisa's comments this past week about working in the studio? As an artist, as a singer, one day
Okay.
you find yourself, someone wants to
Number
put you
one.
on a piano
Number
song.
one.
You got a nice voice.
Here's the thing. Number one. He's right. He's right.
Yeah. No cap.
No cap. But also what Prince KB said. He's also right.
Yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
But then Prince KB is thinking about the artist.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
He's thinking about the artistry. He's thinking
Yeah.
back to it hurts.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
It's very bad to do it.
Yeah.
But
And he's actually hurt people.
yeah. You
in
get
the game.
that's where Prince KB is at. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. What my brother is saying hurts.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
But it's right.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
Yeah.
It's what's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
We're recording in his studio. It's his music. Using his material, it's his stuff. He's mixing and mastering it, it's his stuff. It's his electricity, it's his stuff. It's in his computer, it's his stuff.
unless there's prior some sort of.
Unless we've spoken about it in a business
So
perspective.
now hearing that conversation as an artist who's, coming up and you're in the game, right? How does hearing both sides of that chat affect you when it comes to handling your business? Because I think that's a learning opportunity for artists in this upcoming sphere of artists. Like there's education. How are you going to handle your business going forward?
Okay, I feel like every topic or every concept to itself has an objection. You get it? So, as I'm saying, it doesn't affect me really, these two things, as much as they are. I can go record it at a Bruce's house right now.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't want me to like drop the song. It's always about what do you need for me to have my song. So we gotta come to an agreement. If we can't come to an agreement, then if it's bad energies, we gotta always keep at hand. It's okay. Take the song, drop my vocals on your song, only because it's your computer. But then I have copyrights to my vocals. It'll always come back to the legal side of it. We're always gonna go to an agreement. So that's what I'm saying. Let's keep everything on business. That's why I like keeping everything on business. Because it's always that thing, Yuguti. I work with artists I prefer. You get? If I've never really heard...
Relationships.
Yeah. If it's never really about the thing, Yuguti, I know you. Or let's say I've never heard about you. I've never heard your music. And then you come to me and you say you'd like to collab. I'd never say no. But it would be, introduce yourself with your music first. Put your art first. So for me, it can be maybe easy for me to say yes.
Yeah, for sure.
You get what I'm trying to say?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because now
Let's see the potential.
It'll be that thing you're coming to me as a fan who's an artist. You hear what I'm just saying? You can come to me as a fan who's an artist. You're a fan, but you're also an artist. You make your own music. But then because you have an opportunity to talk to me as the artist you like, you feel like asking for a collab is the right thing to do right now. And no, at the time, we don't even make the same music. We don't listen to the same taste. We're not inspired by the same things when it comes to the type of aesthetic we're trying to preach within the music.
Yeah. What you're saying is very profound.
Yeah, we don't have the same message to bring out to the people.
For sure.
Might happen the things you want to say to the public.
Yeah.
It's not things that I'd like to say to the public. Or things that I'd like to associate myself with to the public.
Yeah.
bro?
I get what you're saying.
And at the time, I bump your music. I like your music too. But then I don't want to work on your music. So people don't get that level. So now it's that thing when you say no to people, it becomes hard. So I prefer charging. When I charge you, it's that thing when I don't want to work with you, I'll put a higher price, which I know you might not be able to.
But when do you charge me? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But when do you charge me? Do you charge me before we are in the studio or
I charge you before we're in the studio.
shit?
And then I charge you before we're in the studio when I don't want to work.
Okay.
And then when I know when I work, it always comes back to royalties. I don't really need much. We go into the studio together. We share our time, we talk. We spend the studio time, we have a session, it's fun. We record the song, everybody has the song.
Yeah.
We chill, we talk, when are we dropping it? It's royalties on royalties. We're good. If it's about performing it together, places, you talk to me. How are we traveling? How are we doing this? Do I get a cut for it? If I don't get a cut, are we friends? Please come help me out, let's do this.
Yeah,
I'm always there.
So a conversation
it's always about a
everything.
conversation, having a solid conversation, getting to know each other. I prefer working with people I know as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's in your name, dog. Energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah, well, I
Energy
prefer
is
working with people I know. So if we don't know each other, let's try to build a relationship.
Yeah.
Let's not run to, let's make music. Let's also try to, hey Joe, I have a few beers at my place. Come chill.
Yeah, let's feel each other out.
Yeah. Let's smoke a doobie together, Joe. Blow me, and I'm passing by your place now.
Yeah.
In a few minutes. Let me pass there, roll you a blunt.
Yeah, you know, you sound like a girl. Like, yeah, don't just try to fuck
me.
Like, dine me, nigga.
That's what these girls always say. You get, like
not
hey, Joe,
on the first
take
date.
it slow. Take it slow. Relax. You get, so that's the thing with me, too.
Yeah.
The energy is always about relationships.
I respect that.
Energy is always about relationships.
I respect it.
Yeah, well. So, I always stick to that.
So tell me, bro, what are some of the challenges that you faced as an artist? You know, like.
That's a good question. You know why?
Yeah, tell me.
You just told me about what Maphorisa said about his material and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of the challenges you face as an artist
I'm in line with that.
align with using other people's material and not having yours.
You've been a victim.
I've been a victim. I think I'm still a victim somehow, some way, because
niggas are making money.
Because I'm not fully equipped. But then you know what's the good part right now? I think I have a band that I trust. I'm working with brews that I love. I think they love me too.
What's the name of the band?
They like helping me. The Goons, my brothers. I actually gave them the name. They didn't have a name. It was just my band. It was just DFWNE's band. But I thought they could actually have a concept because
and the Goons.
I like it like that. Yeah. So I consist of a few guitarists. I just pick amongst all of them with you. Who am I coming with to the gig or who's available?
Okay.
And then also, I only have one bassist. I only have one first keyboard player. I only have 1 second keys guy. I have a drummer, and then I have a saxophonist also.
So what are the challenges? Organizing the band?
The challenges most of the time is that
your music has been scammed.
Most of the time, let me just say, okay, as an artist, I get you're trying to push, right?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to gain other audiences in different places. So there are people who recognize you as a band artist and approach you. But there's that thing also when they approach you, they also have their own complaints and own things to raise, as into how to also get you to that place or get you to a gig, right?
Eish.
So it comes to that thing, I'm not well known. I can't say I'm that big. Let's say I get a gig in Josie. I don't have that much of a name in Josie, right? But I do have listeners, and they get me from my listeners instead.
Yeah.
So is that thing, let's say I charge 10K for a band set in Johannesburg. Somebody might come to me and say I have 6,000.
6?
Yeah, 6,000. And then imagine how many guys I'm coming with. The type of transport I need to put those. So now I have guys that understand. So that point, sometimes we might have that 6K just for transport alone. And nobody's getting paid, but we're pushing because it's Johannesburg. Nobody knows us in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
It's a new audience, and it's a place that has an audience for itself as well. And that's the only amount they could give us, only because somebody recommended us. It's not like they can't call somebody bigger than us.
So what are you
who
saying?
Can fill up the place.
The challenge is what? Getting paid to perform?
The challenge is actually getting paid what you might want and deserve for your craft.
Yeah. Yeah, you know.
The challenge is also navigating. The challenge is also moving as a band artist.
Yeah.
The challenge is also, like I said, the equipment part.
Yeah, being a band artist is difficult.
And also when it comes to the craft, sometimes you might meet producers that don't really get the type of thing you want to get out. The type of sound you're really trying to put out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe you get a beat maker that's not really doing justice to what you want something to sound like. But there's no way you can explain it to them because they only understand the language to a certain level.
Eish.
Yeah, so it's always that.
Okay, so you've experienced challenges in terms of getting remunerated fairly for your music
stuff like that,
and also organizing your band, and also like executing the creative vision.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, those are common artistic challenges, but I want to present something to think about, you know, not just to you, but also to the people listening about the psychology of being paid what you deserve as an artist. You know, this is just what I think. Like, creative work is interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because you make it, you do it, and it's done. And because it's done and you did it, you think it's a product, right? But if I don't put the bread that I baked into a package, then what makes my bread different from the next baker, right? And this is one thing I don't think a lot of artists focus on, which is the laborious task of building your fan base. Because like what you said in your example, you're not well known in Jersey. So of course it's going to be hard for someone to pay you what you deserve.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Because the person who is paying you, one, is not an artist.
It's not an artist.
That's a business person. And he's having this event because he wants people to come either to
Exactly.
buy tickets or to buy alcohol.
Exactly.
Right? So he needs to make it attractive to audience.
Exactly.
Right? So he's putting this name that I can't even prove if 10 people are going to
You
come.
get what I'm trying to say?
Right?
Yeah.
But you're asking for a shit ton,
A shit
of,
ton
money,
of money. You get what I'm trying to
And
say?
you are thinking, okay, no, I deserve it. But you think you deserve it because you bake the bread.
Yeah.
No. What you need to do is that you need to focus on building your brand. And what builds your brand is understanding your market. Who are the people that listen to your music?
Yeah.
And how do you control them? How do you move them? Like if you say that you're going to be at 442 next week, Culture Sundays, how many people do you know for sure are coming?
Coming just for you alone.
Just for you
Just
alone.
because they saw your name
And the
on that
thing is,
poster, they
you
just
have
hear.
to know that because that's what proves your
Exactly.
value. Not how much time you spent in the studio last week.
So
And
that's
I-
why I'd say it's quite necessary for people to move around, build portfolios,
Yes,
take videos
yes.
of whatever performances they have. Like portfolio, Joe. Like file
Yeah.
up your stuff. YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Post them there. Have a whole file of YouTube videos in different places, different locations.
The new game.
Crowd reactions. Yeah, boy.
Yes.
All of that. Put them out there. Make reels. Go to these festivals. Connect with people. Talk to people.
Yeah.
Like talk to that guy you see with Caspanyo Vest who's driving the car. Not Caspanyo Vest. Talk to that guy driving the car.
And
You
he just got a Maybach. When are you gonna talk to Casper?
When are you gonna talk to Casper? You get what I'm trying to say? So like, that's what I'm trying to say. Talk to that guy who's like just acting like a random dude, but he's in the same car as
Yeah.
this nigga.
You
know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
It's always about that.
That's that real
Exactly.
networking.
Yeah,
Building your value
that's where you at.
person by person. DF, I don't know about you, man, but I've got nothing more to ask you. Maybe you got something you want to say.
Nah, man, it's all love.
Maybe you can take the opportunity to promote
Yeah.
your music, tell the people where to find you, and yeah, I'll just stay
shout out.
updated with you.
This is the culture, and you're now watching DFWNE with you know, Sang Freud Lord Uno. So
I also like that song, Sing for Lord Ooh.
yeah,
Woo.
that's one of the songs on one of my EPs titled I Really Don't Know Why I'm Here, but I believe I found purpose to stay a little longer. I hope you guys go check it out. It has 4 songs. And I also have an EP that's out with 5 songs called Digital Ether with me and Naomi. It's a collaborative EP. Go check it out. One of my favorite songs on the EP is Ololu for Me, which I wrote for somebody special. Go check it out. And then my EP, let's go back to that one. There's 4 songs, Sang Freud Lord Uno, Brush and Pele, one of the hit songs, Brush and Pele, which is ranking high right now in terms of listens and plays, which is making it in a lot of playlists. So, and a lot of radio plays as well. Please go check it out. 1700 BC. Yeah, if you're thinking about that girl that once broke your heart, that's the song for you. Yeah, SoundCloud. I think I'll see you guys in a minute. But not this year, but in a minute. Thank you. Dope content coming. Visualizers, visuals. Yeah, more interviews. You get more radio interviews. Let's do that.
Yeah. And also, I just want to say, let it be on record, DF, all the best for you
the best, all the
in your
best.
journey and your career as
Thank
an
you very much,
artist.
brother.
I really actually believe in you. You've
Thank
got
you
the
very much.
talent.
I believe in the culture.
Thank you. We
I
appreciate
believe in the culture.
It's the culture.
Every Sunday, 442.
Every Sunday, 442
Pull up.
Culture Sundays. Pull up. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Eyes Low Studios holding us down on the visuals. We appreciate you.